some remote work best practices to help you retain and empower your finance and accounting teams to work remotely long term. So, how can employers support remote work? Here are 6 strategies. Embrace flexible schedules, encourage peer-to-peer recognition, communicate smarter, practice a feedback culture, prioritize employee well-being, and leverage AP automation. Let's start with embracing flexible schedules. Companies that dictate all employees must work in office are at the greatest risk of losing them. Research shows that organizations that provide the option for flexible work arrangements have 25% lower employee turnover. So you might think that letting employees work remote counts as embracing flexible schedules. But if you want to retain and continue to attract top talent, you need to go farther. Here are a few things you can implement to reflect the way work has changed and promote a healthy work-life balance for your employees. Reduce workdays. Yes, you heard that right. Stanford University recently conducted a study on a group of American employees. They found that if a person exceeds 50 hours of work in a week, their productivity declines quickly. Introducing reduced workdays every now and again gives the employees time to recharge. Many companies have started to let employees finish a few hours early on a day of their choosing. By doing this, it shows that you trust their employee to get their work done and gives employees more autonomy. No meeting days. We've all experienced Zoom fatigue and sat in meetings thinking about how much we still have to get done before we can log off for the day. Setting a no meeting day will give your accounting and finance teams a much needed break and allow them to get on with their work without any interruptions. Companies that have implemented this approach have a record higher levels in productivity. Empower decision making. It can be hard to move things along when your team is working remotely, which can cause frustrations for employees. Establish clear guidelines and policies for team members to empower them to make decisions without having to check back with other team members who might be in a completely different time zone. And encourage work boundaries. Allow employees to be off the clock. Encourage teams to put do not disturb when it's outside of their working hours, so they're not getting Slack messages or emails at 9 p.m. at night and feel the need to respond. Working remote is not physically seeing our colleagues on a daily basis can mean it's all too easy to forget to recognize them for their efforts. But recognition is a key contributor to employee engagement and retention. A recent survey showed that 79% of respondents said knowingly they were appreciated would be a good boost for their mental health on a daily basis. Encouraging peer-to-peer recognition is an important retention strategy in this new working world. It's easier to measure results than the effort taken to get that result. Now, more than ever, it's important to recognize and reward hard work and not just see the results. Recognition programs like Karma enable employees to recognize and shout out their teammates. They can provide microfeedback via the app and reward them with Karma coins. This can be used to buy actual items at the company's virtual store. These don't have to be expensive items. It's the gesture that really matters. And these instant or long-term rewards help employees feel value from their peers. Other creative ways to encourage peer-to-peer recognition includes organizing virtual coffee pairings, so employees can meet once a month with a teammate or other employees in the company weekly, and do value shoutouts in team meetings. A spotlight in the internal newsletter or on your intranet and other team channels. It's tempting to say communicate more, but the real message is communicate smarter. In the start of the pandemic, some companies went into full video conferencing mode and didn't look back. But surveys have found that 42% of participants said they would dial in and contribute nothing. With teams working remote, it's important to keep them connected with the company's overarching mission, values, and goals. 73% of employees who said they would work for a purpose-driven company are engaged. This drops to just 23% for those who don't. So let's take a look at some of the ways you can communicate smarter. Schedule meetings for daily and weekly check-ins to ensure communication is maintained, but keep them short and to the point to reduce fatigue and make sure they are productive. Here at Quadient AP, different departments hold daily 15-minute huddles each morning to check in, review priorities for the day, answer any questions, and stay connected while working remote. We hold one team meeting each Friday and the whole company to share company success stories, customer success stories, company updates, and shout out other colleagues. It's a nice way to keep the team morale up while we're remote. Establishing opt-in office hours, where management is available for questions or concerns. And it's another way to improve communication and employee engagement. It increases transparency, and that means employees have a way to ask burning questions and still hear from the leadership team. Setting team goals and publishing results help the team and all members stay engaged. It means they have more visibility. Platforms like Metronome can help teams set goals and record any actions, concerns, and questions for meetings. Finally, using a project management tool like Monday or Asana means that everyone is on the same page with regard to project and work tasks. You can set up Gantt charts and assign tasks to different team members, removing the hassle of emailing and getting things lost. Regular feedback and suggestions can help you stay connected with your employees. In fact, employees who feel their voice is heard are 4.6 times more likely to feel empowered to perform their best. Working from home impacts everyone differently. Some struggle to keep their work and personal lives separate. Others experience workplace loneliness, anxiety, and stress. Practicing a feedback culture can help ease these issues and aid employee retention by making sure employees feel heard and supported. So during these difficult times, you must empathize with your workers and keep a check on them. This helps them feel the pulse of your workforce. Make sure you are regularly monitoring employee engagement. At Quadient AP, we use a survey tool called Culture Amp to send out quarterly and ad hoc surveys to check in on how employees are feeling. It's all anonymous, so employees can feel safe when sharing honest feedback. Similarly, you can use Slack or Teams to poll your employees on less personal things. You might want to get their thoughts on the next team event, a new product, policy updates, etc. You can also host virtual brainstorm sessions to drive creativity and involve your employees so they feel included and valued. Weekly manager one-on-ones give employees a chance to voice any concerns in a safe environment. Management should split the one-on-one into two parts. One part is going to be a focus on work tasks, and the other part is to check in and see how the employee is doing and whether they need any additional support or changes to help them do their job more effectively. Of course, sometimes employees don't want to raise things directly with their manager or through formal channels. Having anonymous feedback apps such as Polly or Tiny Pulse acts as a virtual suggestion box and creates a safe space for them to share feedback and offer suggestions. The saying health is wealth rings very true, especially after the pandemic. Both of our physical and mental health has been tested, and health is a top priority for everyone now more than ever. 8 in 10 employers believe that financial wellness programs deliver more loyal and satisfied employees. This subsequently results in improved employee retention. So, how to prioritize employee well-being? Companies that want to retain their employees and attract new talent in the future need to take a close look at their current offering and put employees' well-being at the forefront. You can give your employees more than just sick leave and free health checkups. Immediately post-pandemic, many companies such as LinkedIn and Hootsuite gave employees a mental health week off to allow them to recharge after a tough period. Make sure you have a comprehensive health plan which takes care of the overall wellness of your employees. Your health plan can include meal tracking, fitness tracking activities, etc. Some companies have given their employees access to meditation apps such as Headspace for free to encourage them to take time to prioritize their well-being. Employee assistance programs are becoming more popular, offering subsidized gym memberships or providing equipment or money for work from home setups can make your employees feel more valued and supported. The threat of another recession has many of us worrying about our financial situation. With unexpected medical bills, family members getting laid off, or having salary cuts, employees needed support more than just a job. A financial wellness program should be tailor-made to suit the best personal and, of course, the goals of your employees. Some employee financial wellness benefits to include are employer pension contributions, flexible paydays, and personalized financial advice programs. As we touched on earlier, many departments in the back office, such as accounting and finance, haven't been able to perform their jobs remotely because of their outdated manual systems. In fact, there were instances during the pandemic where CFOs and finance directors had to dive into the office just to approve a single invoice. And in the B2B arena, continues to see a high prevalence of paper checks. Working from home presents a major challenge for teams who traditionally receive customer checks in the mail. Automated AP fully supports a work remote environment. In fact, it allows employees to work just as efficiently as if they were physically in the office, if not more so. With remote work becoming the norm, the value of AP automation is more apparent than ever. 54% of finance leaders rank cloud-based applications as a top priority for 2023, but only 13% have implemented them. Automation can improve workflow efficiencies and result in considerable time savings. With AP accessible remotely, many finance professionals and accountants can perform their responsibilities from home. This provides more flexible work environments for employees and enables businesses to maintain their productivity and operational efficiency. So accounting teams have adopted AP automation and have been able to embrace remote working and become more impactful. A survey done shortly at the start of the pandemic found that 63% of firms that had AP automation in place felt that they handled the impact of COVID-19 well, and they felt that they had a seamless transition to remote work. While AP automation, accounting teams can access critical information in a centralized system in the cloud. They can manage AP processes like approving invoices, submitting receipts, reports, all through the web and the mobile app, and they can make payments remotely.